Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are, whenever you are. Thank you for watching my videos. I'm creating another part for today. This part, right? Not so much fear, but there is a little bit of fear in the news. And we're going to talk about that. The fear of people, the average person actually being afraid of what's going on in the market and why they're afraid and how all this fear is irrelevant, really. It's just people who don't know what they own and they're running up for the hills. We're going to talk about that and more in today's episode for the news rant of today. All right, let's get on with it right now. Okay, look at the fear and greed index. It's on DET, negative 14 slash, oh my God, but really it's actually at 21. And someone told me it went as low as 10. That's just brutal. There was obviously a lot of people who bought into this market not knowing what they were owning and decided that, hey, well, it's only going up, so I gotta buy. It's only going up, right? Gotta buy. I missed that last 2017. It's gonna go higher, so I'm gonna buy. And didn't know that, hold on, you need to have a long-term projection outlook on Bitcoin and not a short-term one. And if you don't, you're going to lose money. All right, so with that said, right, let's take a look at all the long-term news that's going on. Bitcoin and crypto here to stay, but won't be used in most payments, says former World Bank chief economist, right? Obviously, he needs to say that it's not going to be used in payments, but here's the key thing, right? Is there a desire and is there a long-standing human desire to hold an asset that feels separated and apart from the day-to-day workings of government? I think the answer to that question, history shows, is yes. Obviously, like, do you think, governments are a promise amongst men, right? And promises always get broken. And if you think that that's not the case, if you believe the government does not break its promises, let's go back through history and talk about that. In 1933, they called everybody to give back all their gold, even though gold was promised to be convertible from the paper money was convertible to gold at $20 an ounce. So $20 in paper was equal to 1 ounce of gold. And so that was the promise. So you could always exchange 1 ounce of gold for the $20 or $20 for 1 ounce of gold. But the government decided, no. We're going to call all that gold in, and they're going to tell you, no, you cannot hold gold, and any American cannot hold gold. And yeah, by the way, we're going to reprice it. We're no longer promising you the $20. Then in 1972, they just cut the gold standard altogether. The gold standard was only available for people outside the United States at $35 an ounce. But then they decided to cut that, of course, as well. So it's a promise that's always been broken. So you can never trust on those promises. And so obviously, yeah, you want to have something that will protect you when, not if, when the government breaks their promise. Because historically, with 100% results, every single government has broken their promise. There's not been one. So for all those people to say, well, it's not gonna happen, never gonna happen. No. Okay, that's like saying you're never gonna die. And that's just absolutely ridiculous. And you know it, right? All right, moving on. Former Goldman Sachs executive joins Coinbase as a chief policy officer. Yes, the rats are leaving a sinking ship. They know who's going to, show you how the cow eats the cabbage in the future, right? It's Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies, right? And the cool thing about it is that the average person doesn't even see how this is going to make them more powerful when Bitcoin is the monetary unit. Because now they can't tax you, they can't rob you, they can't cheat, they can't treat you badly. Because if they do, you will easily make moves around them. You'll easily be able to escape their clutches. So they can't hold you down unless, there's something in that vaccine thing. Well, let's not go there. All right. All right, moving on. Wyoming Senator Kathy Lummis says Bitcoin offers freedom against oppressive governments. Really? Government's oppressive? Since when? They're not oppressive. They never oppressed me. They only hold me down, give me a vaccine, right? Tell me to pay taxes, major taxes. That's not oppressive. Oh yeah, so I go to jail if I don't pay the taxes. But that's not oppressive. Who's she calling oppressive? Oh my gosh. All right, so Kathy Lummis, the Wyoming senator, said Bitcoin is a very freedom-friendly form of money that offers financial freedom in countries where governments are oppressive and inflation is running havoc. I wonder where she means by that. Does she mean United States? Because obviously she doesn't mean that. I mean, there's no inflation, right? The government says there's no inflation. I don't care that your Big Mac and stuff are doubled in price. It doesn't matter. I don't care that your wood and your all your supplies for your business is doubled and tripled in price. That doesn't get counted in inflation in my numbers, sir. That does not get counted. Oh man, yes, no oppression here. Nothing to see. Move along. Okay, finally, Ray Dalio says he prefers Bitcoin to bonds. Right? I'm like, really? The bond king? I could have swore he's the bond king. Might be wrong, but I could have swore Ray Dalio is considered the bond king. And he goes on to say, the more we create savings in it, the more you might say, I'd rather have Bitcoin than bonds. Personally, I'd rather have Bitcoin than bonds, Dalio said in a long-ranging discussion. Wow. I'd like to hear that discussion, because that's crazy. Make sure that he was not quoted out of context, but I think that's pretty clear what he said. Wow. It's like, rather have Bitcoin than bonds. The United States government relies on people like him to buy bonds, or they'll go bankrupt. Or, well, not really them. The Federal Reserve would go bankrupt, meaning that would have hyperinflation. That's the only way for a central bank to go bankrupt, with hyperinflation. So that's coming. And so make sure you understand that you own some Bitcoin before that happens. Because Bitcoin's real, Bitcoin's here to stay, and you need to be a part of it. Thanks for watching. Cheers.